So you get the opponent to this position where king f8 is possible and queen h8 is threatened, because with the queen here, you can't go there. But that doesn't happen. Check, king g8, and we're shuffling, but is it a draw? Oh my goodness. Black is probably panicking a little bit and then decides, you know what? Oh my god, black lost the game. Oh, because now the pawn can queen, the pawn. Oh! But it's still equal, because now either of the pawns can queen. Check again, king f8, and now black just decides I'm going to make a run for it. Pawn to e8, what is going on? Well, if we do the math, probably in the endgame, black is still going to win, because black has more pawns. So that's exactly what black goes for here. Black goes for the winning queen and pawn endgame. If you trade the queens, black has 3 pawns, white has 2. So black is going to allow a queen, make a queen, and run over here and try to win the game. That's exactly what black does. And so in this position, black plays queen to b4 check. Queen e7, take, pushes, and gets checkmated in one move. Here we go. In this position, Jan Krzysztof Duda, the Polish phenom, found a violent, forced checkmate in 11 moves, beginning with rook g7 check. That is a full sacrifice of a rook. It baits the black king forward. And then f6 check, defended by the queen and the rook, and also activating the bishop on this diagonal. The king has to run, so the king goes out to h6. Now the knight gives a check. The king is being lured forward because it cannot go backwards whatsoever because of that bishop in the corner. King comes forward to g5. And now you thought that was good, sacrificing a full rook. How about a queen? He sacrifices a full queen. Knight takes f5, rook f5. If the king would have come forward to g4, he would have been mated by a pawn. h3 mate. Down 13 points of material is white, but the black king takes the walk of shame to get mated. So that doesn't happen. The king goes back. Rook e5 check now. Opening up the bishop once again. The king is being forced back. But I got news for you. It can only go to f7. So in this position, the only thing that can be done is sacrificing the rook, is then sacrificing the queen, running back to f7, rook e7 check, king to g8, knight h6 check, king h8, and rook h7 mate. It makes no difference what you do here. You can give me a check. I'm just going to move my king. Rook h8 is mate. There is like a million different mates in this position. But the game ends in style. The game ends in the only way imaginable that a game like this can end. The game ends as follows. Pawn to g6, which stops rook h8. But little did black know, rook g8! And now this is mate! Knight takes e5, defends g6. So instead of rook takes g6, in this position, white played rook takes g6! And black resigned! Because if you take knight f5 mate, have you ever seen a mate like that? White to move and win f3. You are down 2 pieces and a pawn. f3 wins for white. The computer doesn't even understand the move yet. What's the point? Let's say black plays bishop to f5, stopping rook c6. I never wanted to take in the first place. Rook c5! And there's enough time to go here and here. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The entire point is that the rook is stranded on the back rank and has no guard. So you can guard the bishop, but you cannot stop rook a8. I'm making my queen. I'm not making a queen and losing my pawn. I'm forcefully making a queen. So what if black defended the rook, right? What if the rook was defended from all of this? Then white would win the game by playing g4. White would win the game by playing the move g4 and cutting both squares from the bishop. This is lunacy. Lunacy. This is like hunting for a witch in the 1600s. This is insane. This is crazy. And that's not the end. Remember this idea? That no longer works. That no longer works because black has enough time to use this pawn as a decoy. And when you come here threatening to take, I use my own pawn. So you know what the idea is? After g4 and a3, the idea is rook a1. The knight can now no longer defend the pawn where it could on that square. So take and rook a8. I mean, what are we even looking at? f3 wins for white. Arjun Erigaisi had a 40 move prep explosion in this game.